Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Here to talk up GOG. I know I don't do the best job in talking up one of the best platforms in all of PC gaming right now, but we've got new titles and major titles added to the GOG preservation program. How about one of those being on sale for under $2, a collection of classics, and we've got some other deals. GOG just kicked off their summer sale as well, which will do hopefully some in-depth deep dives on games that you will keep forever. Definitely a lot of good stuff, so let's just get right into it. We'll cover the deals at the back end of this video. Devil May Cry HD Collection and 4 Special Edition Bundle added to the GOG preservation program. 67% off for $14.84. Some absolutely iconic games, the earlier Devil May Cry titles. Obviously, these Devil May Cry games do show their age, but still, they are beloved games that people adore, and I still find it enjoyable to go back and play DMC 1, 2, 3, and 4, although 2, obviously, the game that people hate on, I don't think it's as bad as people say that it is. You know that the three dragon meme where like there are like two insane dragons and then they're looking off at the third dragon being like, what's this goof doing here? That's kind of like what Devil May Cry 2 is, but sometimes you vibe with the goof, and that's how I'm like with Devil May Cry 2. I sometimes vibe with the goof, but nonetheless, DMC 1 and 3 are great, and again, gonna show their age. DMC 4 I did really enjoy. It felt like it was a little bit rushed and they had to reuse a lot of assets and whatnot for that game, but it is what it is. To have those games preserved forever, I mean, this is one of the most notable franchises in all of gaming, with the Netflix series coming out as well, and, you know, the director of that, Adi Shankar, I believe his name is, being like, I thought I was bringing Devil May Cry back. It's just, that whole story is so insane to me, but we can still love this franchise. And give us Devil May Cry 6, and while you're at it, Devil May Cry 5 on GOG. Let's get, you know, done with that as well. That would do really, really well on GOG. Next up, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 added to the preservation program. 75% off for $1.49. I didn't grow up with Mortal Kombat, but obviously another absolutely iconic franchise. Like, I love seeing franchises like Devil May Cry, like MK, even though, like, MK in particular might not be the franchise that I always gravitated towards. Like, if you're talking about growing up in fighting games, it was Tekken and then into BlazBlue for me in my teenage years. Mortal Kombat was never that game for me, but I'd be dumb if I didn't understand that this franchise is beloved, and having these classic games in the preservation program, so GOG is going to maintain and preserve it as a part of that, that's fantastic, and on sale for $1.49, that's great. And then you've got Star Wars Rebellion. Any Star Wars game being a part of the preservation program is always going to be great. $2.09 on that. That is a strategy game, and yeah, you can check that out as well. And lastly, I'd be remiss if I don't mention Leisure Suit Larry Reloaded, 80% off for $1.99, one of the most iconic characters in the history of computer gaming, and now it is a part of the preservation program, and for $1.99. Alright, so those are the games added to the GOG preservation program. Now let's talk some deals, because there's a lot of good stuff, and we'll definitely do a bigger deep dive on the summer sale. But some things to note: Days Gone and God of War 2018, both PlayStation titles, 50% off each, $19.99. We gotta get more of these PlayStation games on GOG. I get that a little bit. We had the hurdle of PSN account linking, but the fact is, PSN account linking is not mandatory anymore, and now they're selling these games on every region. Let's get a game like Stellar Blade. Bro, Stellar Blade would crush it on GOG. Like, could you imagine Stellar Blade on GOG? People would be buying it all day long on GOG. But Days Gone is great. One of the more underrated PlayStation titles. Unfortunately, the studio that helmed this game, Sony Bend, is cooked as far as putting out a new game. They just faced some layoffs because the live service game that they were working on is canceled, and we couldn't get Days Gone 2. Days Gone isn't like an amazing game. It certainly has its shortcomings, but it's a really, really good open world action title. I thought the story was pretty good, and a good amount of content, and performs really, really well on PC as well. So $19.99 on that is phenomenal. You've got God of War 2018 as well, $19.99 for that. I think this is the one. I remember the excitement around 2 PC ports getting announced very clearly, and that was God of War and then Spider-Man 2018. God of war because it almost came out of nowhere, I feel, and then when it dropped, like, it was just such a great PC version as well, and the game is obviously absolutely beloved. Having that on GOG is great. $19.99, good price point on that. Then some other deals. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition is 75% off for $9.99. You know, at this point, KCD 1 isn't as good as KCD 2, but if you do play KCD 1, I would highly recommend to mod the experience, you know, get it a little bit more up to date, and obviously with KCD being more narrative driven, it does behoove you to play the first game from a story standpoint, although 2 has a pretty good recap, and then also there's a lot of story recaps on YouTube that are just uploaded, so you can check those out. But $9.99 for Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition is a great deal. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition, $9.99 on that. Obviously a phenomenal deal on one of the greatest video games literally of all time. You get the Blood and Wine DLC and the Hearts of Stone DLC, and I would say you get all the DLC, but that might not be true come 2026, as there's rumblings that Fool's Theory, I believe that's the studio's name, is working on a third expansion to The Witcher 3, and that might lead into The Witcher 4. We've seen games do this in the past. Borderlands 2 did it with Assault on Tiny Tina's, I believe it was called, and that led into Borderlands 3. I actually think that's a pretty smart model as far as doing future DLC content. I could even see Cyberpunk doing that as far as content to pave the way into a subsequent entry. And yeah, Witcher 3 is a decade-old game at this point, but it's a decade-old game that is still beloved, and you could easily drop more content on it, and people would be all over it. So $9.99 on that. It's an exceptional game. Again, one of the greatest games of all time. And then lastly, I do want to mention Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition, which is also a part of the GOG preservation program. It has been for a while. This was one of the key early games in the program. 60% off for $7.99. Dragon Age Origins is a tremendous game. This is BioWare at their peak and not as the washed entity that they are now. You get the Awakening expansion here as well. $7.99 is a good price. It has been down to $4.99 before, so just keep that in mind, but $8 for this is still a great pickup, and I would definitely recommend it. Dragon Age Origins is an exceptional RPG, so definitely give that a look. But that is going to do it for me. Again, some great titles added to the GOG preservation program. DMC4, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. You got Star Wars Rebellion, Leisure Suit Larry, more of memes, but still a nice addition. Any game included into a program to preserve them, I think, is always a good thing. And you've got some great deals live right now as well. And I gotta say, GOG's been doing some great stuff with the mods that are available on the platform now as well, with one-click installs on that. Just creating a platform that, no, its goal is not to dethrone Steam, but being a user-first experience and having an identity more than anything that aligns with what a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people want out of a PC gaming platform, I think goes a long way. And let me say this, I see people from time to time say how they're gonna rebuy a game because it's on GOG. Just think about that for a second. Any other storefront that has existed, where would people say, I'm gonna rebuy a game? Like, does anybody say that about the Epic Game Store? Oh, this game's on the Epic Game Store now? Let me go rebuy that because I love the Epic Game Store. That does not happen at all. With GOG, that does happen, and that should show that, yes, it's not gonna dethrone Steam, but can it be a great alternative and have its own identity, which I feel like the number one element of an alternative, it has to have its own identity that differentiates itself from the market leader, and GOG has that, so that's great, and they continue to make strides. So great to see that. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links to all of the deals in the description box. If you do buy anything, I get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.